The time on the Grand Seiko Stunner, and some guy made a comment in one of the forums, oh, that's not a stunner, that's the hands are ugly, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think it looks pretty good to me, and it looks even better in person. That's the thing with a lot of these watches, is you really have to see them in person on wrist. Macro shots are not exactly what they always look like in real world use. And I'm going to apologize for all the moire going on. I've got my favorite cashmere, spring weight cashmere, lightweight cashmere sport coat on, and it has a very fine pattern to it, and it just creates all that moire with the camera. It is what it is. Unfortunately, I bought all of these clothes and sport coats and everything way before this video thing ever became a thing, and I'm certainly not going to replace them all with video-friendly fabrics. So there's that. Hopefully the cameras will improve, and the bandwidth that YouTube has will improve enough so that the moire will go away in the future. That's what we're going to hope for. And here's a shot, by the way. Somebody asked about my setup here, and there's a little shot that kind of shows this is the switcher here that I use to switch the camera views, the camera angles. And then this is the audio mixer here. I use my Mix Pre 6 for audio because it has very good preamps. And that's all actually a field recorder is what that is. It's for when you're shooting videos and things in the field and you want to record really good audio. That's what that's for. But you can also use it like I'm using it right now as a mixer. I bring that audio right into the Roland switcher. And then the feed goes from the Roland switcher into this Teradek Video Pro, which does the encoding and the actual streaming. Right now I'm at 1080p, 5.3 megabits per second. And that's what makes it a little bit higher quality stream, is that higher bit rate that you get by using the Video Pro. And then this is the monitor that actually shows me what's going out on the air. And this is the monitor here that shows me my 4 options as far as my 4 camera shots. That's camera 1, that's camera 2, that's camera 3, and camera 4 is the laptop. Let me pull something up on there I can show you. Here we go. And that's number 4. And we got that Jaeger LeCoultre on there on number 4 right now. So that's the deal here. So let me pull up the chat, and we're hopefully I'm going to have some people call in via Skype. That's really the main reason for this broadcast today, is to test bringing some people in with Skype, because Steve is going to be at Baselworld, and I want to try to bring him in via Skype, because Skype generally will give you a higher quality results. So that's what we're going to try to test. And if anybody else wants to try to come in during this testing period, okay, let me pause that. Okay, yeah, if anybody else wants to come in during this test, just let me know. And it's Craig, C-R-A-I-G, lowercase c, Craig. I don't know if that's case sensitive or not, but Craig 0200 is my Skype handle, and we're going to test and see if we can bring people in and get high quality results by using Skype. Hey Craig, love your show, been watching your channel for years now. Oh great, there we go. Mick Nasty Daily, okay. Mac Morgan's in the house. Are you missing a button on your coat sleeve? I didn't, I don't button the last one. Just a kind of a thing with these functional, these are called surgeon's cuffs, where I can actually unbutton all of these. But yeah, it's just not buttoned. So that's the thing there. And let's see, we got none of the Wrench Gang in the house yet. I don't know where the Wrench Gang are. So that's interesting. So somebody else also put in one of the forums about a, let me see if I can find it here. This was funny. He posted about his Audemars. Is that an offshore, the one that they have? Anyway, you know, his ugly sport watch. And he posted in there that that he wants to sell it because his dog scratches the bezel. And he got a little scratch on the bezel, and thinks he's going to sell it so they can get something with a ceramic bezel. And I'm like, and I can't find it right now. But anyway, it's like, oh my gosh, I got a little scratch on my bezel. I got to run out and get rid of my watch and get something else. It just amazes me that these people are so concerned with a little scratch here and there. I mean, these are wristwatches. They're supposed to be on your wrist, worn. They're supposed to get scratches. That's normal behavior, folks. And then somebody else put a comment in one of the other forums about a date 8 and how you can't wear that every day. It's just soft like butter, you know. It's just going to fall apart and so on and so forth. Well, tell that to Jack Nicklaus, who's been wearing his for like 50 years. It's ridiculous. And I wore date 8s for years. They hold up fine. Thank you. They look gorgeous after years of use. I think that gold watches look better after years of use than steel watches do. And that's my take on that. Hey, Craig, let's see. Tokyo, Andrew's in the house. Was there beef between you and Clive or Mark Goldberg? Well, no beef here. I mean, Clive blocked me from his little group. They say little, it only has like 700 members on Facebook. So you got to ask him about that. And he made the comment on one of his shows that he doesn't come on my shows anymore and I don't go on his shows anymore. That's his decision. So I have no beef with any of them. I do call them out when they say something stupid or like when he got that ugly watch, I made a comment that I hope it's a flipper because I wouldn't put that watch on my wrist. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's what got him mad is because, you know, I suggested that he should flip that watch. But yeah, I'm going to call it the way I see it. And also, they side with the trolls, the nasty trolls. They like having the nasty trolls and having that interaction with the nasty trolls. And I tend to block them here on this channel. So the trolls are not welcome here. They're welcome over there on their channels. And they're, of course, welcome on Archie's channel. So that might be part of it, too, that this is a troll-free zone over here on my channel. So that could be part of it, too. Again, if anybody wants to come in, I want to test bringing people in via Skype. So if anybody has Skype on their mobile phone or on their computer and they want to call in and we'll test bringing you in, I'd like to do some of that today. Steve is supposed to try from Little Treasury, but he's with a customer right now, and so I don't know if he's going to be able to call in or not. But I'm trying to figure out if I think that's the best way to get a quality feed in from the field, from somebody out in the field, is by using Skype. I think it will give a better video quality than trying to use the Hangouts, Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts are pretty spotty. Let's go to the diver there, get away from my moire sport coat for a minute here. And Scott S.J.'s in the house. Blue Shirt Buddha, of course, is in the house. And I thought APCAQN refinished it back to factory specs. I'm more concerned with RO bracelets stretching. Can't be repaired like you know, anytime you polish a case, it's not a good thing, folks. It's always best for a watch to be all original. I don't care who polishes it. I mean, if you send it Rolex to Rolex and they polish it, that's not a good thing. I would skip the polishing deal. I'd say no thanks, but no thanks. Just skip the polishing. It's got a few scratches on it, just live with them. That's better to have that than have a polished case. Just saying. Just like a car. If you get a car, you know, you want it to be original paint. You don't want it to be repainted. You repaint a car, that's not a plus, folks. It's better that it's all original and in excellent condition, well cared for, well kept, that sort of thing. Lots of moire. I know. All right, well, I mean, I will change the jacket. That's probably the least I can do. Let me get something with a solid color that won't do moire. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a lot less moire with this puppy. This old, I think this is a Hart Shafter and Marks, an old gold trumpeter. It's almost black. It's got a very, very fine pattern in it that this camera cannot pick up. So, whoops, I just gave an electrical shock there. So that'll take care of the moire issue. Moire away. And this is a super comfortable suit. I mean, just the way they used to make suits back in the day, they used to make them with enough extra fabric in them so you don't feel like you're all bound up. And you could just move in them. And the fabric, it almost feels like silk. It's wool, but it's just such a fine, high grade of wool. I mean, you almost can't buy this quality of wool anymore. It's a damn shame what's happened with a lot of the clothing manufacturers anymore, to where you can't hardly get anything decent unless you pay, you know, $5,000 for the suit. You might be able to get something decent. So anyway, don't get me started on how things have gone downhill as far as quality goes, but it is what it is. Gustav Lindstam is in the house. That Al Primero is the unsung hero. Auto chronograph. And if you want to put any model numbers in the chat, we'll pull them up. We'll pull them up and take a look at any of these you want to take a look at. I got my 37mm Yachtmaster, my everyday watch, and it's perfect. There you go. That's cool. Yeah, Tim just did a video comparing that watch to the Datejust. I don't know if you saw it. Really cool video. And he picked the, I guess they call that the mid-size Yachtmaster. It looked pretty stunning. How about this for stupidity? I got into a wreck this weekend, got rear-ended, and wasn't my fault, and I'm okay, but insurance company filed my claim under a different last name. Okay, I hear you. Mousy Blue proceeds, Jesus Christ, there are more moderators than commentators. Yeah, well, we try to surround the trolls with the wrenches on this channel. We try not to even give them half a chance. So I wouldn't mix it up with them. They're pretty heavy-duty folks. Thorne and Thornton are two different last names. Yeah, Brian LP. Not like today's suits that grab you by the armpits. I know. I mean, what's the deal, folks? I mean, and you see these suits these guys are wearing that are supposed to be like the style, right? The latest style. And you can tell they're really trim, really trim. There's like no extra fabric in them at all. And I mean, you can tell they can hardly move in them. And what's really funny is they're real short, right? They're like, they don't even cover their rear end, right? I mean, they're like super short. It just looks like some kid, like a little kid's jacket that they put on from the little boys section, right? And they put on this coat. It looks totally ridiculous. Let me know in the chat if you want me to show you an example. I'll bring up an example. I mean, it's bizarre, some of these things people are putting on their bodies these days and wearing. Let's see here. What else we got? I know you don't like any chronographs, but if you had to pick one, what would it be? Pet Shop Boy. If you don't mind the size of it, the Grand Seiko chronograph is stunning, and it's so well made. I mean, it is a juggernaut. Let me try to pull it up here. I looked at the titanium one. I was really tempted, and as you know, I'm not a chronograph guy. But it is so freaking cool. Let me see if I can pull it up here and show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to go to the Little Treasury website and see if I can find it on there. Let's see here. And I'll show it when I get it. When I find it here, I'll show it. Da, 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 da. I'll tell you, I don't get how they organize these websites anymore. They're trying to make it difficult for me. They are trying to make it difficult for me. So here we go. Let's find this chronograph. There's the real expensive one with the ceramic on it. I'd pass on that. Let me see if I can find the one I want. Okay, here it is. It's the SBGC205. And the pushers look bigger on this than they do look in person. I have seen this watch in person, and the pushers don't look that like grotesquely oversized. They just look really heavy duty and really well made. I mean, that is a pretty epic watch in person. If you see it in person, these photos do not do it justice. But it's really cool. It's got the GMT function. Of course, it's a spring drive, so it's got that like silky smooth second hand, whether you're using the chronograph function or just the regular second hand going around. It's just that super smooth. It just is awesome. There was one of these on eBay for $7,000. The guy had it for sale. And I was so tempted to lock and load on that puppy. So to answer your question straight up, that would be the chronograph that I would get. It's just stunning. That particular one in titanium. And comfortable, not too heavy. So there's all that. I definitely would look into it if I were you. Craig, missed your Land Cruiser show. A few years ago, I got a 100 Series Land Cruiser and a pre-ceramic Note 8 sub, both bulletproof, paid $19K total. Better deal than a new day. There you go. RJ Lane, mixing it up. Getting some interesting stuff. I've sent you a Skype message if it would be useful for you to test with Skype on iPhone. Yes, Carlos. Yes, we're going to do that. Okay, let's try. Let's try to get Carlos. Let's try to get Carlos in the house. I'm accepting him. Okay, now let me get my headset on here so that I'll be able to hear Carlos. This is what we call live experimentation. Oh, and Steve's calling. This is a bunch of live stuff going on here. Hello, Steve. Hey, Steve. Hello, Steve. Hey, no worries. I'm live. What we want to try to do is we want to try to bring you in via, let me put this on speakerphone. Oh, it is. We want to try to bring you in via a Skype call. Can you do that? Yeah, you can call me. You can either do it on your computer with your professional cameras hooked up, because Skype allows you to select, you know, that adapter you have to bring your camera in? Skype allows you to select that as a video source. And it also allows you to select your audio source. So what I'd like to do, but I'd also like to test it on your phone, because that's how we would do it at Baselworld, is with the phone. So maybe we should do that test first. You put the Skype app on your phone, if you don't already have it. And then, you know, once you sign into Skype, you can call me on Skype.
Which number?
Let me give you my Skype number. It's Craig, lowercase c, Craig 0200. Yeah, so why don't you get it running, get the app Skype running on your phone, and have a watch handy to show just so we can test, you know, close up. And call me on Skype. Huh? Yeah, a video call.
Video Pro.
No, you're going to call me with Skype.
On my phone?
Yes.
How do I interface? I have to get my camera on the phone.
No, well, no, we're just going to use your phone, the camera on your built into your phone, for the phone test, because we're simulating that you're at Baselworld with your phone, right? And you're going to call in live from there.
Okay.
So that's what we're trying to test. And I would turn off the Wi-Fi on the phone, go into your settings and turn off the Wi-Fi, and so you're on cellular. So we can see how it does on cellular, because that's what you'll be on at Baselworld.
Okay, we'll give it a whirl.
So yeah, get that going and then call me.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
All right, talk to you later.
Bye. All right, so that's Steve from Little Treasury. We're going to try to get Carlos in the house right now. I'm going to call him on a video call. I'm calling him right now. You'll hear the ringing. Sorry about that, folks. Hopefully he'll answer.
Hello.
Okay, Carlos.
Hello, Craig. How are you?
I'm not seeing your video feed, though.
Let me
Turn on your video feed.
let me stop.
Oh,
the
got
car.
it. I got it. Yeah, take your time. Take your time.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I have to stop the car. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just hold the camera so it's like on you and not as much of the roof of the car. And I'm getting wind noise right now. Do you have the window down or something?
No, the air conditioning.
Air
no.
conditioning. Okay. So
I just turn it off.
very good. And well, see if you can turn the camera so that it's horizontal. See if that will work. If you can turn the phone so it's horizontal instead of vertical. I don't know if that.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Okay. And now I'm going to switch to you so they can see you. Looks pretty good. The quality looks pretty good. Can you show us your watch? Can you put your watch in front of the...
Yeah.
So that we can just see that? Okay. Pretty cool. And now here, now the problem is it seems to be focusing on the background. So get the... Yeah. Try to get it close. Okay. It's trying to focus. Back off a little bit from the watch. Back a little further. Okay. I'll tell you, that's a beauty. That's a beauty. Looking good. And put the watch down a little bit more towards the seat so it's out of the sun a little bit. Down a little bit. Yeah, in the shade. And now take the camera a little bit further away from the date. Yeah, okay, perfect. Now it's all in focus. That's a stunner. Tell us about that watch.
No, in fact, it's a watch that I purchased on last week in Orlando. I told you yesterday regarding my travel to Orlando, and I recommended you the Morse Museum. You definitely have to go there.
Yes.
And the fact is, we had a very, very good business operation, and in fact, we had a very nice tax return, and we decided to do this. My wife, instead of purchasing a watch, has decided to purchase a car. I can't understand it. A kind of joke that I have is that I prefer to have expensive watches than expensive cars.
I agree with you. I understand that. Now, now is that a Day-Date 40 in white or is that a 36? I can't tell.
Yeah, it's a Day-Date 40.
40. Okay, very nice.
In white gold.
So you must have a pretty good size wrist. What size is your wrist?
7.5. I needed one extra link.
Okay, so that explains why it looks so good on your wrist, because you have a nice, healthy, good-sized wrist.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do any arm wrestling with you. You're probably a strong guy.
Yeah, more or less. I understand that you prefer the lume option and with yellow gold, but you know.
Well, but the white gold, the white gold is also stunning. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's also stunning.
I was considering on the 36, but I really love these Roman numerals. These specific ones.
It's a gorgeous watch, and on your wrist, the 40 looks beautiful. I think you made the right choice, and we'll see what the folks in the comments have to say in the comments. But thank you very much for coming in via Skype. That worked out real well. Do you have anything else you'd like to say to the viewers right now?
No, nothing.
You can point the camera
just
back.
thanking
You
you.
can point the camera back to yourself and make
Just
it
thanking you for
horizontal.
your.
Make it horizontal.
Uh-huh.
Camera. Yeah. There we go.
Just thanking you for your show. I think I really enjoy it a lot. I think that is very constructive, and I learn a lot, and it's something casual and enjoyable. Thank you
Well,
very much.
well, very good. And thank you for coming in. Now you drive carefully.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
That's a beautiful day date you have. And we'll have you
Okay.
on again. We'll have you on again. Thank you very much for calling,
Okay.
Carlos.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Well, now there you go. Whoops. Who's that coming in? Wait, what's happening here? Let me stop this. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Okay, Steve. Okay, we're going to try Steve now. We're going to try the Stevester. Sorry about that ringing, folks, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Steve is coming in the house.
Hello, Craig.
And make sure your camera's turned on or selected. I'm not seeing a camera feed from you.
Oh, really? Okay. There we go.
Okay, good. Now turn it horizontal instead of vertical.
Got it.
The camera, and it should switch. It's not switching. Are you using the phone?
Yes.
Because Carlos just called in, and when he turned it horizontal, it went into landscape mode, and it was fine. Yours is still staying vertical.
My little self view is horizontal. That changed.
Flip it around again. Maybe there's something going wrong with the sensor in there.
No. There's a function for that, locking the aspect, but I don't use that normally.
Okay. All right. So I guess we're going to have to use it vertical for now, but we should try to figure that out because Carlos just had no problem at all just then, just doing it. Now, bring the phone up so you're not shooting upward at up your nose. Bring it up, face level, and so we're trying to get that fluorescent light out of the shot in the roof there.
Yeah, that's a
just
mean light.
come up. Just bring it up so you're shooting down at yourself. That'll help get rid of that. Yeah. There we go. There we go. That's much better. Still got a little bit. Still got some of that light. Why don't we do this? Why don't we go out? Why don't you go out into the showroom and pretend like you're at Basel World and you're like walking up and you're going to show us a watch. Let's see how this would work.
Okay.
This is a dry run with Steve from Little Treasury Jewelers because he's going to be at Basel World and he's going to be our man in the street giving us live reports.
So to speak. Yeah.
Live updates.
Okay. You're seeing my face now, right?
Yes.
But now I need to reverse it.
And maybe that as part of the horizontal issue, maybe you need to be on the back-facing camera, not the front-facing camera. Yeah. Okay. Now turn the phone.
Oh, now it works.
No, it's still not working. I'm still seeing a vertical feed. So turn it back. So we'll have to figure out why that's happening, but it's still not the end of the world to show vertical. Look at that Rolex. You got a Rolex in the house.
I do.
That's a sea dweller.
It is a sea dweller.
Wow, folks.
2017.
Those of you all that are complaining that you can't get a sea dweller, you can get one today at Little Treasury Jewelers. Is that available?
It is.
What's the price?
$12,500. It's that special one, 2017. No Cyclops. And
it's got the box and papers. I see the box.
It has 3.5 years of Rolex warranty left on it.
And you've got all the extra links and everything. It's a full kit.
Everything, totally clean.
Full kit. Available today at Little Treasury Jewelers.
That's the truth.
I'm loving it. What do you let us know in the chat what you guys think about that? Look at that watch.
Yeah.
That's in stock at Little Treasury Jewelers. No waiting list there. All right, what else do you have?
Okay, well, plenty. And
Oh, can you show us that people have been asking about those Grand Seiko GMTs, the Grand Seiko GMT
let's go
9F.
Let's head over toward Grand Seicoville.
Yeah, he's taking a little walk over towards Grand Seiko.
Yeah, we're passing Meistersinger.
Look at that gorgeous showroom he's got there.
Nomos.
I don't know, guys, if you all have been to his showroom, but it's all that in a bag of chips. If you like watches.
And for Prospex guys, I've got the SLA 25 here. Very hard to get right now.
All right.
And passing into Grand Seiko territory.
Wait, shoot, I didn't cut to you. They told me in the chat that they couldn't see it, so we're going to have to show them the Rolex again, but that's okay. Go ahead, you're on now. Show us the show us the Grand Seiko. Well, show us the Rolex first, and then go back to the Grand Seiko. Sorry, guys, I was so excited I didn't push the button to switch to him. But look at that Rolex.
Yeah, this is a Sea Dweller 2017.
That is stunning.
Full kit.
That's the way to go, is the one without the Cyclops. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's got a high cool factor, folks.
Yeah.
And I like the looks of that. I think it looks better than the Submariner. I think there's something about the case, the lugs on that are not as maxi lugs type thing. It looks more like a more fluid design. I like the look of that much better than the regular Sub, personally.
I have the regular Sub also next to it.
In stock?
Yes, sir.
What's the price on that one? First, what's the price on this one?
$12,500.
All right, show us the other one.
Okay, I have to bring it out of the case.
So these guys can get a little comparison. I wasn't paying attention to the feed. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry about that. But I was just so excited to see these Rolexes in stock that I forgot to hit the button. But you're seeing it now. And there you go. Now we got a Submariner date.
Yeah.
For those of you that like that unit, 2010. So it's a ceramic. Okay.
Very clean.
Very nice. Full kit. And what's the price on that one?
$9,200.
$9,200. There you go. In stock, ready to ship.
Or pick it up.
There you go.
Okay, let me put these back in the case.
Yep.
Since we're going to another part of the store.
Take your time. R. Wags is in the house. He's a part of the Wrench Gang. Scott S.J.'s in the house. I think the Sea Dweller, is 1,200 meters water resistant, Scott J. says. Yeah, it'll handle as deep as you want to go.
Okay, so heading over to Grand Seiko per request. We're going past Meistersinger.
Yep.
Nomos. We're in our German watch section.
Yep.
And now we're into Seiko Prospex, including there's an SLA 25 in there for you folks who love the recreation of the first high beat dive watch. And some Presages. And now we're into Grand Seiko.
This is going to work great for Baselworld. This is good quality. This is working good.
So below us we have the U.S. only limited edition, 20 pieces only. That's
platinum. And whoa.
Here's the rose gold, 50 pieces.
Okay, so two super limited edition gold and platinum Grand Seikos there for somebody that wants to step up. Okay.
Okay, so now we're getting into the main case. And I'm behind the counter, so it's a little difficult to let everybody see exactly what's going on. But
pull out one of those quartz. Do you have the one with the blue dial?
I do.
GMT? Pull that one out and show it to them, because somebody was asking us on the show about that the other day.
Okay. Let me get a mat out. And
when you're at Basel World, make sure that you have something to hold your phone with, you know, something to hand hold it.
so I need one of those gimbals,
Like
I suppose, right?
Well, no, just a pistol grip type thing. Just something that you can, you know, hold it nice and steady without having to just hold the phone.
Okay, I'm leaving on Wednesday, so you better give me some good advice quickly.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so here we go. This is the quartz, and I don't know if you're getting too much of a reflection.
We're definitely looking at it. It is nice. It is looking nice. And I heard one of my subscribers said that they saw it in person, and they said it's just really stunning in person. And I think it looks better in this video right here than some of the photos I've seen online. Some of the photos online of it don't do it justice.
No, this is a gorgeous watch. It's very special.
And show us the profile of it so we can see how thin it is.
Mm-hmm.
There you
Quite
go.
thin.
And see, it's got a nice shape to the lugs, how the lugs curve around your wrist, and a nice signed crown. And I'll tell you what, when I first met you, when we first started talking about Grand Seikos, I was like, no, I don't want to look at the 9F, you know. But now the more I learn about the 9F, the more I'm like, it's pretty amazing. Now that signed crown is out of focus. Back off a little bit from it. Let's see if we can get it in focus. There we go. That's in focus right now. Oops,
Whoa,
you just switched cameras.
Sorry about that. Don't want to look
Okay.
at my face.
And what happens if you tap on the screen? Does it focus like it does?
No,
it doesn't.
No, what it is it
doesn't work.
the camera.
Yeah. So back off just a hair. I'll tell you when it's in focus. Right there, it's in sharp focus.
Yeah.
That is a nice looking watch. I like the shape of the lugs.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it drapes around the wrist very nicely. Any others you want to show here real quick while you're still live?
Sure.
And let us know in the chat, folks, if there's anything that you would like him to show while we got him walking around with his camera. Any of the other models that he has, or any of the Oris watches, or...
Yeah. So here's the green dial GMT quartz.
Yep.
With the textured dial.
Yep.
And this has the ultra high accuracy quartz movement, plus or minus 5 seconds
and that's
a year.
what that star is on the below
Correct.
the GMT, that gold
Yeah.
star. That means it's plus or minus 5 seconds a year, folks. 5 seconds a year. So if you want to watch, you can just pick up and go, and you don't have to worry about. What I've seen folks say is that these are ideal travel watches because they're just going to be accurate. You're just not going to have to worry about it. It's just one less thing for you to worry about on your travel. And you can jump that hour hand back and forth. And look at that beautiful case design. Look at that. And look at the nice sloped bezel so you can get it in, you know, underneath your shirt cuff very easily. I think that's only about 12 mils thick, right?
They're about 12 and change.
Yeah, that is
Very
awesome.
Very nicely proportioned. Excellent.
On the clasp on the 9F, these are all, you size all of these by half lengths.
That's correct.
All the ones he showed so far, you size by half lengths. Now the the chronograph we talked about earlier, that does have micro adjustments as far as I know. You know your beautiful chronograph that you have?
Which one?
It's available in titanium, and it's also available in steel.
Right now I don't have it in stock, so that's not going to help. I can't show it.
So you don't have the steel one or the titanium?
Not at the moment.
Okay, but those do have 4 micro adjustments, correct?
Yeah. I think so. Yes.
Yeah. As does my diver.
Yeah.
Does he have the GS chronograph? Yeah, we just answered that question. No, he doesn't have it in stock. How long to get one? Scott S.J. is kind of interested.
Which one would you like to order?
Scott, which one would you like? Were you interested in the steel or the titanium? Talk to Steve. He's going to be leaving to go to Basel World, so you'll either have to talk to him today
or tomorrow
or after he gets back from Basel World. And Steve can work with you.
Mm-hmm.
Spring drive GMT, please. Do you have a spring drive GMT?
I do.
Okay.
So I'm sort of juggling all this single-handed. So.
And Neville James Martin says, I've the green SBGN 007 GMT. Hasn't lost a second since January 23rd when I got it. Slips under my cuffs perfectly. So that's James Neville Martin. He's got the green SBGN 007, Steve.
Great. Beautiful watch. Okay, here is the SBGE 201. It's a spring drive GMT. It's a little bit of a specialty piece with the sapphire bezel.
Yep.
But beautiful.
That is stunning. In stock, folks. In stock. I was really thinking about that style when I decided on my diver. I just decided on the diver because I really didn't need the GMT function, and I wanted the extension bracelet. So I went for the titanium diver, but that was on my short list as well, was the GMT. That's a gorgeous watch. And looks.
Yeah, we also have the limited edition version with the reddish brown, I call it root beer dial. It's a little awkward for me to grab it from the case with the phone, but it's here and in stock, the last piece.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, they're gorgeous. And somebody asked what the price is. Scott S.J., talk to Steve. He will work with you, but you can see the list prices if you go to his website. You can see what the list prices are, but talk to Steve and tell him you know me. Let's see.
Yeah, Craig is a good endorsement. So
and Dawn asked, what's the discounts on GSs? Dawn, it depends on if you're ready to go, ready to deal. Steve is ready to deal. He will not lose a deal. He'll take care of you. He wants to put you in a GS, so talk to Steve. Dawn asked
today or tomorrow or next week.
And Kevin Fold says lovely. I'm wondering about that too, Dawn. There you go. And we'll talk about a little bit of that. Okay, so anything else in the chat? Let us know if there's anything else you'd like him to show. Sapphire cased ceramic bezel. Turkey Vulture. He does have some watches with the ceramic on them also.
Sold out.
You just sold them all? Okay.
Yep, at the moment, we'll be replenishing, but I'm looking to see what's coming out in Basel, though, with those bigger pieces.
Okay.
So we'll know by...
definitely check with Steve after Basel World is over with and the dust settles, and he can take care of you. I can call Little Treasury. Scott J. says, absolutely. Call Steve. Talk to Steve direct.
Yep. Give him the phone number.
If you just tell him that you're, go ahead, Steve. You can give the phone number.
Yeah. Okay. It's 410-721-7100. Ask for Steve.
Yep.
Or steve@littletreasury.com.
Steve@littletreasury.com. Is shipping available? I'm in Indiana. Absolutely, he'll ship to you.
No problem.
He ships. No, he's the man. Steve's the man. He's the Grand Seiko man. I'm the one I'm looking at. Looks very nice. The one I'm looking at looks very nice. Okay.
It is. That's the SBGE 201.
I've got the Grand Seiko Quartz GMT SBGN 001 limited edition. It's truly a stunning watch that hasn't lost a second against the atomic clock. The yellow on the dial really pops out from the dial. That's Richard.
Congratulations, Richard. They're all gone.
Scott S.J. says, got it. I have a GS GMT. It's not a scratch magnet. There you go. Okay. And Little Treasury. Hey! Somebody put it in the chat for you.
Thank you.
Do you have somebody from your store in the chat?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they're in. It's Little Treasury right now. They've got a wrench, and they put your phone number in there and your email address. Your team. They're on top of things. Show us another watch, Steve, while we got you here.
Okay, let's look over here.
We got 50 live viewers right now. A lot of them are GS fans.
Okay, I'm going to show you another dive watch.
Oh, by the way, if you have one with the rice bracelet, I'd like to see that too.
I think that is gone.
Okay.
And things are really going quickly. I'll tell you that right now.
Grand Seiko's getting hot. Grand Seiko's getting hot.
Very hot. This is the SBGH 257, the limited edition titanium dive watch.
Oh my goodness.
High beat. And fabulous piece.
If you all want a beast of a diver's watch, if you want a beast, this is it.
But it's out of titanium, and it's surprisingly light and wearable.
Makes it comfortable on wrist. So
you can maybe make out the what I call the Streets of Tokyo pattern on the dial, the cross-hatch Streets of Paris, whatever.
Now that's a high beat, right?
It is.
That's stunning. That is stunning, folks.
Yeah, and probably one of the last ones out there. Very close to the last in any retail.
Yeah, that was a limited edition unit. Yeah,
it is. So, anything else? Any other?
Okay. Jamie Scott says, "I'm buying a GS from Steve because of this live stream. Picking one is the hard part." I hear you. I hear you, Jamie. That is the hard part, is picking the one you want, because they've got some beauties.
We'll help you out. Don't worry.
And I'll help you. I'll help coach you on that. And here's somebody likes the blue dial. Nice Grand Seiko GMT stunner, Andrew says. Stunning high beat diver, says Neville James Martin. I'll tell you, when you see these in person, they're even more stunning. They really are. Do they have pre-owned stock? Do you have pre-owned stock? And
I do have, and this is really rare, an SBGR 311.
Okay.
It's the so-called cookie.
Okay.
The brown dial. There's someone who purchased it and just decided it wasn't for him. And we rarely get any situation like that. We bought it back from him, and he went off with an Omega, and it's a beautiful watch at a great price.
Do you want to show it?
I do. I've got to sort of handle this pile of watches sitting out.
Take your time. Take your time.
Yep. And let me...
Here's Gary says, "Don't think these GSs will age well." Yes, they do age well. My diver has been through 10 months of heavy use, and it still looks great. They are rugged, heavy-duty watches. The high-beat titanium diver looks superb. Oh, yes. I bought from Steve. It went great. That's Clay Clement.
Oh, hey, Clay. How are you doing?
Gary Compton's in the house. Why do you say that they will not age well? He probably doesn't know the watches. Yeah, that's probably why he said that. But anyway, it is what it is. Turkey Vulture's in the house. He's a part of the wrench gang.
Okay, we like the
These
wrench
are some heavy-duty watches. I'm telling you. I'm going to show mine real quick while he's going back to get the other watch.
Yeah, can you take me off for a second?
Yeah, I've got my spring drive on the screen with the second hand just kind of sweeping around, just doing that thing that it does, just kind of gliding around. And it's got a few specks of dust on it, because I wear that watch every day, folks. I do not baby it.
What do we end up with?
I was underneath the sink doing plumbing work the other day, putting it in a fixture and all. I didn't take it off my wrist. I got a big gouge on my hand. I bumped it against things and all that. The watch was fine. My hand didn't fare quite as well as the watch did.
All right, we're ready to roll.
Here we go. I got it. You're on candid camera.
Okay,
oh, that's a beauty. Was that a limited edition?
It is a limited. It's very rare.
Oh my goodness.
SBGR 311.
And that's an automatic. So for folks that want an automatic.
Wait. Is it automatic? Look at that movement.
And it's got the display back. Look at that. Wow. That is an unusual piece to have as a used item.
Well, he had it for 2 days.
And it's in really good condition.
Yep. And so when you go out of the store with us and it's on your wrist and it comes back for some reason, it's a used watch.
Yeah.
And if you looked at this watch, you would have no idea. Okay, so it's perfect condition, $3,750.
Really?
List 49.
Whoa.
And if you have any interest, grab it.
That is a nice piece. That's a good looking piece. For somebody that wants something with a nice clean dial, I like the gold GS. That's what I like about my diver, because it's got the gold GS on it. That's one of the reasons why I bought the titanium.
Can you see the texturing on the dial?
Oh, yeah, that dial is stunning.
Yeah, this is a winner. This is really a beautiful watch.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. There you go, folks. You can buy that today from Steve at Little Treasury Jewelers. Do you have the SBGW253?
SBGW253.
Yes.
No, that's the limited edition from this past spring, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they're long gone.
Chocolate dial.
Was that a chocolate dial?
Somebody said no. I guess they were talking about the dial you were just showing.
No.
How big is the cookie case?
The cookie case is 43.5 millimeters.
Okay.
We're going to verify that.
Jamie Scott says that may...
Very good man, Ethan here. He's very good at measuring watches and sizing.
42.
42. I misspoke.
42.
Ethan corrected me.
And Jamie Scott says that may be the one.
It is the one at this price, believe me.
There you go.
So you better hop on it.
And we're at 50 live viewers right now, so there you go. Somebody's probably going to snag that puppy. There are a lot of GS folks, GS fans in the house. All right, so we're going to have to schedule your live feeds from Basel to figure out when we're going to do that, because this is working great. The quality is fantastic.
Good deal.
We just got to get you a thing that you can... Don't you have like a tripod mount for your phone? You know, a little thing you put your phone in to put it on a tripod that allows you to hold it nice and steady?
Yep.
How compact is that? Is that something you can take with you on your travels?
Yeah, I can collapse it and hold it in my hand nicely. That's a good suggestion.
And then you could also, if you want to put it on a table, like on a countertop, and you wanted to show some watches hands-free, you could do it that way too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So may not be able to do it in every context, just based on the brand and who I'm dealing with.
Can you get your technical guys to try to figure out the horizontal thing? Because if we could get this feed to be, you know, horizontal instead of vertical, that would help. I mean, it still works like this. I'm tickled. I'm tickled pink, but I would like.
I'm sure that Ethan here can solve it. He solves all of our.
Can you have him play around with it? Because I'd like to. If we can resolve that even now, that would be good to know. So why don't you play around with it? I'm going to go back to the chat, and I'm going to cut to you when you get that resolved.
All right. Okay. Do you know how to make it?
All right, folks. There you go.
Changes
Steve
horizontal.
Live from Little Treasury. We still got his live feed going. We're going to cut back to him. They're playing around with the video feed a little bit. But the dark dial will help contrast for your old eyes. There you go. How about the Omegas? All right, we'll look at some Omegas next. Screw down crown. Yes, that one has a screw down crown. I'm pretty sure it does. Yes. The high end, when you buy the lower end Grand Seikos, like the entry level ones, sometimes those do not have screw down crowns.
I think we've solved it.
There it is. Yeah, I'm cutting back to you. All right. How did you do that?
I didn't. Ethan's the man.
That looks fantastic. Oh, look at that quality. How handy is your little tripod gizmo?
It's super handy.
Can you hook that up so we can see if we can...
Not while we talk. I have to change the bottom fitment to go onto the tripod.
All right, well, I'll cut back away from you, and you can do that pretty quick?
I hope so. I'm almost out of gas in this battery. I'll let you know.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, all right. Then let's go look at the Omegas then before your battery goes dead.
You want to go to the Omega department?
Yeah, they want to see the Omegas.
Okay. Giving me a workout.
And
today,
all of those Grand Seikos you showed today, they all have screw down crowns, correct?
I think so.
I think they all do. You didn't show any low line. Only the lower line ones don't.
Yeah.
And oh, I'm sorry. The gold and the platinum one, those real expensive ones, those do not. A lot of their precious metal ones do not have screw down crowns as well. So, but all those other watches do.
We are in Omegaville.
All right, which Omega do you want to see? Let us know in the chat. Meanwhile, he'll pick something out to show us. Jamie Scott, the design will be out of fashion in 10 years compared to a more classic design is what I meant. It's a beautiful watch, though. No, don't worry about that. These are gorgeous watches. They'll be gorgeous 20 years from now. Don't worry about that. Craig, did you check out Tim's head-to-head Rolex Turnograph against... Yes, I did. That was a great video. Both pieces are great watch. The Yachtmaster was only 10.9 thick. Yes, that was a great video. Yeah, because that was the mid-size Yachtmaster. Now, for a lot of people... If you have a, 7-inch plus wrist, I would go with the 40 mil Yachtmaster. I would not go with the mid-size. But yeah, for somebody with a smaller wrist, 7 inches or smaller, yeah, I think it looked great. Steve, is the Cookie the same bracelet as my titanium high beat diver?
Is my titanium high beat diver? Oh, this
Clay is asking the question. Clay.
No, I don't. No, it's not.
The high beat GS is not as accurate as the spring driver 9F. I saw. That's correct. It's a typical automatic movement. It's not going to be. It can't. No automatic movement can compete with the 9F or the spring drive.
So, how's Clay doing with his high beat?
Scott, Clay, how's your high beat doing? Scott says, "Wow, what a selection." Turkey Vulture says, Omega selection, yeah. Okay, all right. So which Omegas do you want to see, guys? Pick one out, Steve, while we're waiting for them to ask.
Well, we just finally got this guy in. We've had the blue and the black dial of the 300-meter diver, the new 300-meter diver.
Okay.
And I'm trying to orient this camera.
Oh, man, look at that dial.
So we never had the silver dial until this week, Friday or so. It just came in. That
is stunning.
Yeah. So that's the one they're advertising or whatever, but it just for some reason came in a little late.
That is super cool and full of lume. Now, how thick is that watch?
Well,
it doesn't look bad at all.
No, sorry. No, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's probably 14 something.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. I mean, it looks like you could use that as an all-arounder. It doesn't look overly bulky by any means. Of course, James Bond wore it as an all-arounder, so there's that.
Well, this is another millimeter bigger, but
yeah, that's a cool-looking watch, though. I like that dial. For somebody that wants something different, somebody wants something different.
That's a ceramic dial on there. So
I'd love to see the Seamaster 300 and the Planet Oceans.
Okay, and I'm telling you right now, this thing's going to cut off in a very short period of time.
Okay, just show us what you can. What does Steve think about about never servicing your Grand Seiko? Well, he can't. He's a dealer. He can't say that. I say don't service it. He's going to say service it.
No, I'm not. I'm going to say it's really your personal tolerance.
Yeah.
Some people just want to know that everything is serviced just like a car. I'm sort of negligent about my oil change times and things, and so I'm not the guy who's going to get his watch serviced first, but some guys are going to do it to the minute.
Yeah.
So here we go. We got a little Planet Ocean going here.
Okay.
Whoops. I'm trying to orient.
Okay. Yeah. That looks pretty cool.
Yep, I'm right.
Now, are those hands gold?
Gold? No.
Okay.
No. Oops, I'm going out of zone. Not enough hands for this job. So, okay.
Yep.
All right, I'm getting a lot of watches gaggled out here. So let's see what else we got.
Yeah. Be careful. Don't get your inventory exposed here.
We don't like that. So how's this
Omega Seamaster 3? I hear you fine. Omega Seamaster 300.
I just showed you one.
Yep.
This one.
Yep. Yeah.
And have them in black and blue here. And these are the current models. And then I also have a couple of the earlier ones.
Yep. Now, you
Without
might want to take with you a portable charger to Basel.
I definitely will, because this is not going to last long.
Yeah.
I had almost a full battery on this phone when we started. So,
what phone do you have?
A 6 Plus.
Go get the new phone before you go on your trip, for gosh sakes.
Oh, well, okay, if someone buys a watch today, I'll go and buy it.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Wow, stunning Grand Seikos, Andrew says. James Estrada says, I saw the Seamaster 300 with the wave dial at my AD last week. It looks amazing. Gary Compton says.
To be your AD.
There you go. Yeah, Steve wants to be your AD now, James. So there you go. Yeah. All right. Well, Little Treasury, littletreasury.com. There you go. Absolutely. Anything else you want to say in closing?
Well, I'll see you in Basel.
There you go.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, and let me know. We got to schedule your first live feed.
Right. And this one seems to work, and I appreciate everybody's patience while we worked out a lot of technical snafus.
Yes, this is working good. Yeah. I just hope you've got a good cellular signal there at the venue.
Yeah, I do too.
Check it when you get there. See what your signal looks like, and if the cellular is good, don't even try the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But if the cellular is terrible, then we have no choice but to try the Wi-Fi.
Right. Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Take care.
Carry on.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Steve from Little Treasury live. How's that, folks? How's that for live television? Live television from Little Treasury. They're asking me for a bunch of call feedback. We don't have time for that right now. We don't have time for no stinking feedback right now. The call was okay. All right, folks. Let's take another look at that stunning second hand on my diver while I check the comments. Steve, would you be willing to trade an Omega Seamaster Professional 300M blue dial bezel on bracelet for a mint condition SBGX 261 with box and papers, as well as a Brighting of Dirk, contact him. Contact Steve. Give him a call. He'll deal with you. Moon watches. There you go. Chocolate cookie titanium. They're stunning, aren't they? He's got some stunning watches. A great video, gents. The Grand Seiko Quartz SBGN 001 and the Blue Dial 005G both have screw-down crowns. Exactly. That was cool, Clay says. Clay's in the house. And Kevin says, excellent live stream, Craig. Well, there you go. That's what you call live television. You can't get any more live than that. Live from Little Treasury Jewelers. And that is a Little Treasury. I got to tell you the story. 10 months ago, I went over, I contacted Steve. And I said that I'd like to go over and I'd like to take a look at his Grand Seikos. And I'd like to shoot a few video clips. Because to give you the backstory, the first time I'd seen a Grand Seiko was Arizona Fine Time had the video of the diver. This was like 7 years ago or something. And I saw that, and that was when I had the Shogun, the SBG N007, which I'd done a video on saying how great that watch was, and it is. It's a great watch for the money. So anyway, I always had that little seed was planted to check out the Grand Seikos, and it was never convenient for me. And then I learned about Steve having his Little Treasury operation about an hour and a half from me. And I finally decided to call him up and say, hey, Steve, can I come over and shoot a couple video clips of some of your watches? I've got this YouTube channel going on. And I sent him a link to the SBG 007, the Shogun video, and it had like 500,000 views at the time. It has like 700,000 or 800,000 now. But anyway, I sent him the link to that, and he said, okay, yeah, come on over. So to make a long story short, I went over there and I looked at the watches, and of course I looked at the titanium diver, and I always carry plenty of cash with me. It's just what I do. And so I made him a cash offer. I put cash down on the counter, what I thought was a good buy for me. And he looked at it, and he kind of hemmed and hawed a little bit and so on, and he took the cash. And so that's how I ended up with that stunner right there. That's how that deal went down. So cash is king, folks. Excellent live stream. Well, thank you. The quality was far better than last time he did a show. It was blurry last time. Yes, we're using... I'm going to continue to use Skype. You get better quality video with Skype. Skype will use whatever available bandwidth it has available to it. So if he's got a decent cellular connection, see, that's going to be the wild card, is what is his cellular connection going to be like at Baselworld, right? But assuming he's got a decent uplink cellular connection, Skype should give us pretty good performance, and he should be able to hold it more steady if he's got the little hand gadget, you know, to hold the phone. And if he can even just lock it down, like put it on his mini tripod on the table and then hold the watch, we're going to even get better results. So, yeah, we should get good results with Skype. See, we're always working here to try to improve the streaming. We care about you guys. We care about your time. You're taking your time to watch these live streams. We should take our time and try to get the audio decent and the video as decent as possible. And I even liked when Carlos came in live from Panama with his day date, with his new day date. That was cool. I like the quality there. We're going to work on it. We're going to get this as good as we can possibly get it with the technology available to us. Number one for the live TV, much improved from previous attempts. There you go. Great feed with Steve this time. Clear pic and audio is crisp. There you go. James in the house. Great live stream. Looking forward to Steve's Baselworld live streams. Absolutely. How much cash? Herman says. I'll put it this way. I got a good buy on the watch. I felt comfortable with the buy I got on the watch, and I'm going to pass that on. If I resell it to one of my subscribers, they're going to get a good deal also, because I got a good deal. So there you go. That's how that works. I prefer the Grand Seikos that don't have Seiko on the watch. Yeah, the newer 2017 and newer, they have Grand Seiko. And the older ones had Seiko at the top and then Grand Seiko at the bottom. I agree. This is a much cleaner looking dial than the others. It wouldn't break my heart if it just had GS on there and didn't even have the Grand Seiko. If it just had GS, would be fine with me. But yeah, I definitely prefer the 2017 and newer dials. Let's see here. I'm in Panama and cell service is quite bad, Carlos says. Yeah, but you were coming through pretty good, Carlos. That looked pretty good. All the new ones don't have Seiko on the dial. Exactly, 2017 or newer, they changed the dial. James is tired. I'm a Rolex fanboy, but that new Omega is beautiful. Definitely my next purchase. Gary says, Gary's in the house. Well, definitely talk to Steve because he will work with you. He wants to work with you. And here's the thing: he wants to keep my subscribers happy. So whenever you drop my name, he really bends over backwards to work with you, because he respects my subscribers, and I respect my subscribers. I don't respect the trolls. The trolls don't get a lot of love around here, but everybody else, they get love. Herman, how big is your wrist? Mine is 7.25 inches, and it expands to about 7.5 on real hot, humid days. So anywhere between 7.25 and 7.5. Right now it's about 7.25, and I'm wearing the Apple Watch because it can go underneath this tight French cuff that I have on right now. My diver doesn't do that well. Let's see, Craig, what do you think of Clive's AP? I wouldn't own it. I wouldn't wear it. I think it's an ugly watch. I mean, I don't get it. But I'm an old-fashioned guy. I'm a conservative guy. I'm an old-fashioned guy. I don't get a lot of this hipster, flashy, nasty-looking stuff. And I don't put a whole bunch of tattoos all over my body. I don't have nose rings. I mean, you know, I don't get a lot of this stuff. So I'm probably not the one to ask about all the hipster and the what's cool this week type stuff. I like to get stuff that's cool this week and that's going to be cool 20 years from now. And that's like a lot of those Grand Seikos we looked at. Those are timeless, high quality, gorgeous looking timepieces. That AP, not so much. So that's the way I look at it. There's too many great looking watches around to go out and buy an ugly one. I just don't get it. It has to be seen and appreciated to appreciate it, though. I don't want a squared off watch. I don't want an integrated bracelet. I don't want all that stuff. No. If I want to buy a watch with an integrated bracelet, I'll go to Walmart and buy some piece of junk watch with an integrated bracelet. I'm not going to pay 20 grand or 18 grand or 16 grand or whatever for one. I'm going to get a decent looking watch for that kind of money. Just saying. Seamaster 300. Good pics of the GS Chrono. I don't think it has lume. I don't know if that one does. I don't think it does. I think you're right. Yeah. No, there's no lume. There's no lume on that. So yeah, that if you have to have lume, that would be a no-fly zone for you. This particular chronograph, I agree. That would be a no-fly zone if you want to have lume. That is a for somebody who wants lume, that would be a deal killer. I'm going to take these headset off. I don't need that anymore. I'm not listening to Steve. But, yeah. Great shop, stunning watches. Yes, he's got a beautiful place. James says, what a beauty. I don't remember which watch he was talking about. Tattoos. Bought me my houses and Rolex. Are you a tattoo artist? Yeah, I just don't get all the newfangled stuff. I mean, I'm an old guy, okay? I'm you know, I'm not the guy to ask about the hipster type stuff, right? So I'm a guy to ask about timeless, classic type stuff, like a Rolex Datejust. I mean, that's always going to be in style, right? Some of those Seamasters and all, those are always going to look good. Of course, a lot of those Grand Seiko watches are always going to look good on wrist. That's something you can wear anytime. I mean, that divers, that's timeless. I mean, they haven't changed that watch much since it came out. It's been out like 10 years, the Spring Drive diver, and it pretty much looks the same. See, if something's done right, it doesn't have to change often. I mean, look at the Submariner. Of course, they screwed that up with the maxi case, so that's not a good example. But if they hadn't have screwed up the maxi case, then yeah, that would be a good example. But the Datejust is a good example. The Date 8's a good example. They still look gorgeous, and it's nothing. You don't have to change them. Looking forward to Steve's live stream from Baselworld 2019. Hopefully, I'm not working when you both broadcast. Going to have to call it a night. Getting late in the UK. Keep up the great vids, Craig. Well, thank you very much, Richard. And thank you for coming on the other day. And James in the house says, Steve is so laid back and personable. Wish I lived closer to Little Treasury. Well, you can do business with him remotely. A lot of people do. He does business with people all over the country and all over the world. He ships watches all over. So it is nice to do business in person with him, but you can certainly do business with him remotely. And he's just a good guy. I'm really pleased that I met him. We hit it off right away, I think, when we first met. All right, I'm going to wrap it up because it's time for me to eat something, and I'm really pleased with the way this test went. This was a test of the emergency broadcasting service. Thank you all for tuning in. And, yeah, Steve is going to Baselworld. 2 thumbs up for Steve. going to Basil World, and for him, he's going to take some time out to come live from Basil World. This is going to be exciting stuff coming up later this week and over the weekend. And I'll let you know. I'm going to schedule here on my channel. I'll try to schedule the first live stream as soon as I can get confirmation from him when it'll be. And then once we get that one in the can, we'll schedule the next one. And so we'll keep them scheduled. So make sure you click on the bell so that you can get notifications, because this is the kind of content you get on this channel. You get positive, uplifting, good quality content. You don't get a lot of the nasty troll, back and forth, who struck John, all of that, you know, teenager type, you know, kitty type stuff. That doesn't go on here. This is for people that are in motion and people that are making deals and doing deals and making things happen. That's what this channel is all about. Steve's our man on the ground. Absolutely. Craig, your common sense is the new hip, and don't sell yourself too short. You've helped me make money with Bitcoin and hold. Hey, but Bitcoin can go back down, trust me. Have a strong hand. It goes up and down, up and down. That's what it does. That's all it does, and it's going to continue to do that. So it's not for the faint at heart, okay? It's actually best probably just to buy Bitcoin and just hold it and don't even look at it, right? Because you can get dizzy with it, the way it goes up and down. So there you go. Enjoy your meal. That GS is an ugly watch. Let's take a look at that watch. That is gorgeous. Man, that's a good looking watch. I'm going to put it on after I'm going to take off my French cuff shirt and get into my casual attire before I eat, and I'm going to put that diver right back on my wrist. You can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be right back on my wrist. So remember, littletreasury.com, littletreasury.com, Steve. And make sure you check him out. And that's the website, littletreasury.com. And let me put his contact information up on here just so we have it as an outro, a little outro here. And there is his, why doesn't he have his phone number there? Okay, here's his phone number down here. There it is, 410-721-7100. There you go. That's how you get in touch with him, and that's where you get the Grand Seiko goodies. That's where you get them. Our Wags is in the house. All right, everybody, thanks. Again, click the little bell, subscribe to the channel, because that's how you find out about what's going on. You subscribe to the channel, and you get that little bell, so you get those notifications. Thanks again, everybody.